Hi, I'm going to be showing you how Clicktyns work. So let's go ahead and log in. Once we log in, we would see three tabs. We have Add Client, Pending Tax, and then Completed Tax. So just as the title states, this is where you'd add a new client. So these are basic informations you'd have to collect, and then after adding them, they'll be listed here. And please note, the clients listed here are not only the clients you are adding. So if you are in a team and you work for the same home care, all your clients will be listed here. That is including your team members' clients, and you can search here and pick any one of them to fill their forms. And completed taxes are the list of clients that you've completed all their forms. So the forms are there just for reference sake. And then so let's go ahead and add a client. So before we do that, let's go to pending tax. You notice here that we have two clients here, so we're just going to add one new client. So please note, the information I'm entering right now isn't real. It is just for examples. So if this is your name, you should know it is just for example and it doesn't have anything to do with anybody. So let's go straight to the date of birth. So we're just going to pick November 16th, and then we can go straight and pick the gender. And then once you're done, we can click on save. And once we come here, we'll notice Martha Edwards, the one we just entered, is listed down here. And in order to fill the forms, you just have to click on the forms here, and then you start filling all the fields. When you're done, you could scroll down and save. And anytime you need to print, you can hit the print button here, and it will take you to the print section, and then you can hit the print button to print. And please note, to navigate back to home, you could press this home button, or you could click this button to click on the dashboard. But before we go there, these are important informations, or these are important tips that could help you fill out your form nicely and uninterrupted. So I just clicked on another form right now, and there's a button on your far right. You could, on the right top, you could click on that to gain a full screen in case you're using an iPad and you want to just have access to the forms in a very broader way. You could click there, and then you could click that to exit, and then go back to your home by clicking on this home, or by clicking on this dashboard, and you come back in here. So let's send a form of the client. So let's assume you want the client to fill the guarantee form. You could go straight to signature request, and then you go ahead to take that form, and then you enter the client's email address, and then once you're done, you click on the send request. This takes some time, so we could go ahead to look at other features so that we could go straight to the email and see how the email looks when the client receives it. So some of the other features you could notice here is an image here. Once you click on this image, it allows you to go straight to your profile, and then you can log out here. So once you click on your profile, you can edit your name in case there was a mistake there. And this signature section is actually for the nurses. So normally you don't have to sign when you're with the liaison. So normally it's for the clinicals, those who fill the clinical notes. So let's go. So you notice here that you have an email, and then the email address you see here is actually going to be the email address that we used to create your account, or the email address your administrator used to create your account, and then the title will be signature request. And once your client clicks on it, this is what they would see. They would see a letter acknowledging that they requested for you to send this form for them to sign, and then they have a link. please note this link is secured, and they could also come to this section, and then once they read this email, there's the directions they're showing them how the whole thing works. So they could just go ahead to click on the email. Once they click on the email, they have to enter the code and then the client's date of birth. So this code is what is provided in here, which is 268, and it's stated here that they should fill the guarantee form. So we have the 268 here, and then so let's enter the code, and then the date of birth we used November 16, and then once you click on gain access, they gain access to the form. So they could just go ahead to click on the guarantee form, and you notice here that the print button has been disabled. They have to fill all the necessary part before they can actually print this form. So if we click here, it would indicate they should fill. So I'm just going to go ahead and type trying, and then here too I'm going to type trying hard, and then they have to take this and then fill the date for the signature, and then the street, okay, so also phone number, and once they are done they can hit the save button, and once they hit the save button they'll be given access to the print, and they can print the form and then have a copy. And once they're done and they close the page, so let's click on it again and type the 268 again, and enter the date of birth. You'll notice here that they no more have access to it. So once they finish signing and they close the page, access to the forms or their details would be sealed, and they can't have access to it anymore, or anyone can have access to it anymore unless the office. So in case they still need the form again, you can always send it to them again. So once this is done, let's go back to our page, and that is what the client sees. So let's go back here and click on the guarantee form. You notice that all what the client filled is being made available to you, and you could go to your home page, and then once they finish filling all the forms, you could hit the submit button. And when you hit the submit button, it leaves the pending tax and it comes here. And once it comes here, it becomes available to the main office, and then they can print and use the information for whatever they want to use it for. So that is all. Thank you. I think other stuffs are the frequently, and then the feedback. The frequently asked questions are things that will be updating regularly depending on questions that we are asked to answer most often. We are going to be populating it so that it could be useful to you in case you have the same question. And then the feedback is if you have a comment for us, or you have something you think we should improve upon, or you want to encourage us, that is also welcome. And then we have the video tutorials. Here you'd also be able to watch the video tutorial anytime you want. So thanks for listening.